Hello and welcome back to Learning English with Podcast Conversation. I'm your host Tony, and today we have a really exciting and super relatable topic. Can you really change habits? I mean, who hasn't tried to start a new healthy habit or stop an old not so good one, right? And to help us explore this, I'm thrilled to welcome our special guest today, Jenny, a wonderful life coach and habit expert. Welcome, Jenny.
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and chat about habits. Because, oh boy, it's something we all deal with every single day, whether we realize it or not. And yes, you're right. Everyone has a habit they want to change, or a new one they want to build. It's a universal struggle, but also a universal opportunity for growth.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in, Jenny. The common saying is, old habits die hard. Do you think that's true? Or is it just an excuse we tell ourselves when we're struggling?
That's a great question, Tony. I think there's a bit of truth to it, but it's not the whole story. Our brains are actually wired for efficiency. Once we've done something repeatedly, our brain creates these neural pathways, making the action almost automatic. Think about driving a car, or even just brushing your teeth. You don't consciously think about every step, do you? It just happens. And that's a habit. So, in that sense, old habits are hard, because they are deeply ingrained. They're like well-worn paths in your brain. But, die hard? Not necessarily impossible to change, just takes effort to forge a new path.
That makes so much sense. So it's not that we're lazy or lack willpower, it's more about how our brain works. Can you tell us a bit more about the science behind this? How does our brain form these habits in the first place?
Of course. There's a widely accepted concept called the habit loop. It has three main parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is the trigger, something that tells your brain, hey, do this automatic behavior now. The routine is the behavior itself, the habit you perform. And the reward is the benefit you get from doing it, which teaches your brain that this loop is worth remembering and repeating. For example, the cue could be feeling bored, the routine is picking up your phone, and the reward is a brief escape, or some new information from social media. Our brain learns to connect these three things, and the more we repeat it, the stronger the connection becomes. It's like training a small puppy, but the puppy is your own brain.
Wow, that's a really clear explanation. So if our brain creates these loops, can we just, break the loop? Just decide, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore?
That's where many people get stuck, Tony. It's often not about breaking a habit, but more about replacing it. Our brains don't like empty spaces. If you try to just stop a routine without replacing it with something else, the cue will still be there, and your brain will still be looking for that reward. It's much more effective to identify the cue and the reward, and then intentionally choose a different routine that gives you a similar or better reward. Think of it like a river. You can't just make the water stop flowing, but you can dig a new channel for it to flow through. And another important aspect is focusing on identity-based habits, TRAMs, rather than just habits.
Identity-based versus outcome-based. That sounds interesting. Can you explain the difference with an example? Because I think many of us set outcome-based goals without even realizing it.
Exactly. Most people focus on the outcome. For instance, I want to lose 5 kilograms, or I want to read 10 books this year. These are outcomes. An identity-based approach, on the other hand, focuses on who you want to become. So instead of, I want to lose 5 kilograms, you might say, I am a healthy person. And if you are a healthy person, what do healthy people do? They eat nutritious food. They exercise regularly. Or instead of, I want to read 10 books, you say, I am a reader. A reader reads a few pages every day. When your habits are aligned with your identity, they feel less like a chore and more like who you naturally are. It's incredibly powerful because it changes your self-perception.
Wow, that's a huge shift in perspective. So it's not just about doing the thing, but being the kind of person who does the thing. That sounds much more sustainable. What about the common misconception that we just need willpower to change habits?
Oh, willpower. The classic trap. We often think of willpower as this endless resource, but it's not. It's like a muscle that gets tired. Relying solely on willpower is like trying to lift a heavy weight all day long without rest. You'll eventually give up. Instead of willpower, we should focus on building systems and creating the right time-to environment. Make the good habit easy to do and the bad habit hard to do. For example, if you want to eat healthier, don't keep unhealthy snacks in your house. If you want to exercise, Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Remove the need for willpower as much as possible, especially in the beginning.
That's brilliant advice. I can definitely relate to the willpower trap. For a long time, I tried to start exercising regularly. I'd wake up feeling motivated, thinking today's the day. I'd go to the gym once or twice, feel super sore, and then, life happens, I get busy, and suddenly it's been a month. My willpower just ran out. It was always, I should go to the gym. It felt like a constant battle. But now that you mention identity, it makes me think. Maybe I wasn't seeing myself as an active person yet.
Exactly, Tony. It's that internal narrative that makes a huge difference. I had a similar experience with reading. For years, I wanted to read more. I'd buy books, tell myself I'm going to read every night before bed, but then I'd get tired, pick up my phone, and doom scroll instead. So relatable. My cue was, before bed, my routine was, pick up phone, and my reward was, mindless entertainment. When I started to shift my identity to, I am a reader, I changed the routine. I'd put my phone in another room at 9 p.m. My new routine became, pick up a book, even if it was just for 5 minutes. And the reward? A calmer mind and the satisfaction of learning something new. Now, reading is just part of my evening, and I don't even think about my phone anymore before bed. It felt like magic, but it was just changing the loop.
That's fantastic, Jenny. It really shows how those small changes can lead to big results. And you hit on something important, doom scrolling. Many of us are stuck in that habit with our phones. It's so easy to fall into that trap. And what about when you fall off the wagon, as they say? You start a new habit, you're doing great for a while, and then one day you miss it, and suddenly it feels like you've ruined everything and might as well give up.
Oh, the falling off the wagon feeling. That's a huge habit killer. It's so important to remember that progress is not a straight line. There will be days you miss. There will be days you don't feel motivated. The key is not to let one missed day turn into 2 or 3 or a week. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency, even if it's imperfect. If you miss a day, just tell yourself, okay, yesterday was a miss, but today I'm back on track. Don't beat yourself up. Self-compassion is crucial. If you skip a day of studying English, don't throw your books away. Just pick them up again tomorrow. The most successful habit changers are not those who never miss, but those who never miss twice.
Never miss twice. I love that. I remember trying to learn guitar once. I practiced for a few weeks, made some progress, and then I missed a day, then another, and then I told myself, I'm just not good at this, and my guitar is still sitting in the corner, gathering dust. Maybe I should rethink my identity. Perhaps I need to see myself as a musician who just picks up the guitar for 5 minutes every day.
Yes, absolutely. Even 5 minutes is enough to reinforce that identity. And it's often more about showing up than about the intensity of the practice. For instance, if you want to learn English, don't try to study for 3 hours every day from the start. That's overwhelming. Instead, commit to just 10 minutes. Read a short article, listen to a podcast like this one, or learn 5 new words. 10 minutes is easy to fit in, and it builds momentum. Once you're consistently doing 10 minutes, you might naturally want to do 15 or 20. But the goal is to never miss twice those initial 10 minutes. This make it ridiculously easy approach is incredibly powerful. Just think about a famous example. Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, used a don't break the chain method for writing jokes every day. He just marked an X on a calendar for each day he wrote. The goal was simply to not break the chain of X's. It became a visual reminder and motivator.
That's a fantastic real-life example. So this has been such an insightful conversation, Jenny. Before we wrap up, could you give our listeners 3 key actionable takeaways they can start applying right now to change their habits?
Absolutely, Tony. My pleasure. So for our listeners who are ready to make some positive changes, here are my top 3 key learning points. First, focus on identity, not just outcomes. Instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, say, I am a runner. Let your desired identity guide your actions. Ask yourself, what would a healthy person, a diligent student, or a kind person do in this situation? This internal shift makes habits feel more natural and sustainable.
That's a powerful shift. What's the second takeaway?
My second point is, make it ridiculously easy and small. Don't try to change everything at once. If you want to read more, start with 1 page a day. If you want to exercise, do 5 minutes of stretching. The goal is to build consistency, not intensity, especially at the beginning. Make the new habit so tiny that it feels impossible to skip. The just show up part is the hardest. Once you're there, you'll often do more.
Yes, I can totally see how that would prevent feeling overwhelmed. And finally, what's your third piece of advice for us?
My third and final point is design your environment and practice self-compassion. Asterisk. Tidy up your workspace to encourage focus, or put your running shoes by the door. Make good habits visible and easy, and bad habits invisible and hard. And critically, when you inevitably miss a day, don't let it derail you. Don't punish yourself. Just acknowledge it and get back on track the very next day. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. The most important thing is to never miss twice.
Those are absolutely fantastic, actionable tips, Jenny. Focus on identity, make it small, and design your environment while being kind to yourself. This conversation has been incredibly inspiring and truly insightful. It really demystifies the whole process of habit change, making it feel achievable for everyone.
I'm so glad to hear that, Tony. It really is about understanding how our brains work and then working hybrid with them, not against them. Changing habits, whether it's learning English, eating healthier, or being more productive, is a skill. And like any skill, it gets better with practice. So be patient with yourself, celebrate small wins, and remember that every small step forward is progress.
Thank you so much, Jenny, for sharing your wisdom and practical advice with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Learning English with Podcast Conversation. We hope today's episode has given you the tools and inspiration to tackle your own habits. Remember to start small, be consistent, and never miss twice. We'll see you next time.